Okay.
Shall I start, madam?
Sir.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, sir.
Okay.
The
thank you,
permission
madam.
of principal.
Meeting is being recorded.
Okay. With the permission of Honorable Principal Sir and today's chief guest, Shamal Patki madam, I want to start. Good afternoon to all and welcome in the inaugural function of 2 days workshop on assimilating binary NAAC and maturity-based NAAC mechanism. Organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Science College, Nanded. Whether the screen is visible?
Yes.
Visible.
Screen sharing.
Okay. पोस्ट कौन आहे?
Post madam.
त्यांना तुम्हाला परमिशन द्यावी.
Host of this meeting, please allow me to share my screen.
Sir, you are host. You may share your skills. Yes.
Once again, good afternoon to all and welcome in the inaugural function of 2 days workshop on assimilating binary NAAC and maturity-based NAAC mechanism, organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Science College, Nanded. I'm Dr. Prashant Sudkar, present over here. Firstly, I welcome all the participants, management member, Chaman Patki madam, principal sir of this college, Dr. L. Shinde sir, and my dear faculty friends, and one of the important person, resource person, Professor Piyush Phade sir. I will start the inaugural by lighting a lamp to Swami Pujya Swami Ramanand Tirth. Pujya Swami Ramanand Tirth was great freedom fighter and he is the founder member of Nanded University, Nanded. Patron of this institute, President of the institute, Venkatesh Kabde sir, Vice President of this Nanded Education Society, C.A. Praveen Patil sir, Patron member and Secretary of this Nanded Education Society, Nanded, Shamal Patki madam, welcome madam, and Joint Secretary of Nanded Education Society, Nanded, Prapur Kumar Agrawal sir. I heartily welcome President of today's function, Honorable So Shamal Patki madam, Secretary, Nanded Education Society, Nanded. Welcome madam.
Thank you.
Thank you madam. Thank you. Welcome. I welcome Dr. L. Shinde sir, Principal of Science College, Nanded, Science, Nanded. Thank you sir. I welcome resource person of today's talk, Piyush Phade sir. He is president of IQC cluster and ex-principal H.V. Desai College, Pune. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. I heartily welcome all participants from all over India who have participated in this 2 days workshop on assimilating binary NAC and maturity-based NAC mechanism. Welcome you all from Organizing Committee and Science College Nanded. Now I request Chief Guest of today's function and Secretary of Nanded Education Society Nanded, Shamal Patki Madam, to give an introductory speech. And I also request that the program is inaugural of this program is to be started.
Hello.
Yes, madam, you are audible.
Hello, good afternoon to you all. And on behalf of Science College and Nanded Education Society, I welcome you all in this 2 days maturity-based and binary NAAC accreditation program. Previously, people used to get accreditation, national accreditation, NAAC, after 5 years. But in this new system, NAAC is autonomous organization in UGC. And now it has changed its method, because only 40% of the universities and 20% of the colleges have done this accreditation. People are afraid. They fear of getting a good grade in the existing system, and so they deny or they hesitate to go for accreditation. Now UGC, rather NAAC, has changed its way, and it has made it rather easy to get accreditation from NAAC, to get assessment from NAAC. Now, after every 3 years, this assessment will be done. And accreditation is a stamp of guarantee. Accreditation is a stamp of guarantee of quality of education and education provided to the students offered by institution. It will help the students enormously, as they will gain knowledge of a good standard, and even parents too will be relieved as they are assured of the quality in the institution after paying a hefty sum of fees. So accreditation must be done. It must be done for enhance institutional reputation, to improve performance of the institution also and students also, support the students recruitment and development. A senior educational officer rightly pointed towards the fear of not getting good grades in accreditation. So this way of assessment is changed. And to discuss about this change in NAAC, we are going to meet here. We are going to discuss this difference. We are going to discuss this system of assessment of our institutions. NAAC is a vital tool for educational institutions, ensuring quality, promoting continuous improvement of the society, improvement of the institution, improvement of the student also. In this binary assessment, accreditation, only bifurcation is the institution which are accredited and institution which have not assessed, which got the grade and which not have opted for assessment. But now, because the process have been changed and it is mostly online process, it will be easier for the institutions to go for accreditation, to go for assessment. And if you have achieved some as Science College in this 4th cycle of NAAC accreditation, have got A+ grade. Once you have got a good grade in NAAC, you can go for maturity levels, and there are from 1 to 5th level for colleges and university. That is how the way of assessment of the and I'm of the opinion that this assessment should be done. Always it should be done. It should be done by higher level. So a healthy competition should be there between universities, between colleges, and even between the students. Your grade always provokes students to get admission, always convince students that he is going to get admission in a good college, and good college means student centered college, and also equipped with every necessity of the student. Now you are going to talk about this binary assessment accreditation, and you are going to discuss about maturity names itself. Binary and maturity assessment names itself denote the meaning of assessment, meaning and the way of assessment. It is our duty, it is the part of life rather, to improve our lives, to improve our standards of education, of our lives. Education is always related to the life. And as a higher education you get, and it should be related to your mentality too. It should be related to your as it is related to the intelligence, it should be related to your emotional quotients too. And once this accreditation is done, students are assured that they will get rather better education, and they will be made a good person to live in this society. With these few words, I thank you all to ask me, to call me, to join your meetings, to join your organization indirectly. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your uh, support and guidance for this workshop, 2 days workshop. And by the speech of this madam, uh, now I move towards next. I request Dr. Principal, Dr. L.P. Shinde sir, to guide the participants.
Thank you, Dr. Prashant Sutkar. Heartily welcome to all of you. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Syamal Patki, Madam Secretary, Nanded Education Society, Nanded. Our esteemed resource person, Mr. Piyush M. Pade sir, members of the Nanded Education Society, Organizing Secretary Dr. Vibhati Kulkarni Madam, and IQC team, my dear colleagues, participants, and friends. A very warm good afternoon to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this 2-day workshop on assimilating binary NAAC and maturity-based NAAC mechanism, organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Science College, Nanded. This workshop is timely and significant step in understanding the paradigm shift that NAAC has introduced in its accreditation process, a shift from a traditional approach to more dynamic, outcome-based binary and maturity-based assessment mechanism. About our college is established in 1963, but institute is started in 1950 with the Pujya Great Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University. On an impressive CGPA of 3.35 fourth cycle and awarded status of DST Fist CPE and best college is deeply committed to continuous growth and quality enhancement. More focus on the future. A future built on a strong documentation, research culture, innovation, and NAAC aligned policies. Through workshops like this, we empower our faculty, administrators, and stakeholders to align with national quality standards and ensure that our students benefit from a truly transformative educational experience. About the theme, The NAAC framework emphasizes maturity-based institutional readiness, evidence-based documentation, and meaningful academic outcomes. It is no longer about just ticking boxes. It is about demonstrating sustained quality progress, not only in infrastructure and academics, but also in institutional practices, governance, and student-centric initiatives. This workshop will provide insight to the 10 key attributes of the new assessment model, effective documentation techniques, avoiding common pitfalls, and gaining clarity on NAP aligned implementation practices. We are privileged to have with us Mr. Piyush Phade, respected expert in course, who will guide us over these 2 days with his rich experience and practical insight. I express heartfelt thanks to the Nanded Education Society Nanded, especially our Honorable President Venkatesh Kabde and other patrons for their constant encouragement. Our organizing secretaries and the entire IQC team for their tireless efforts. All the participants, principals, NAAC coordinators, faculty members, researchers, and administrators who have joined us from various institutions. Let us engage, discuss, and learn together over the next 2 days to make our institution future ready and NAAC complement in its true sense. Thanking you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and motivation for this workshop. Now I request IQC coordinator of the Science College, Dr. Vibhati Kulkarni Madam, to introduce about the workshop to the participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Welcome.
you very much.
Vivi Kulkarni Madam.
Thank you, sir. Respected principals, esteemed IQC coordinators, faculty members, researchers, and academic leaders, a very warm welcome and heartfelt greetings from Science College Nanded. I also welcome respected Principal L.P. Shinde sir and respected and Honorable Shamal Patki ma'am. A very warm welcome and heartfelt greetings from Science College Nanded. This is Dr. Vibhati Kulkarni, IQC coordinator. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to participate in a transformative academic initiative, a 2 days workshop on assimilating binary NAAC and maturity-based NAAC mechanism. As we all are aware, the higher education landscape in India is undergoing a remarkable transformation. The National Assessment and Accreditation Council has introduced 2 groundbreaking frameworks, the binary accreditation system and the maturity-based accreditation mechanism. These aim to bring clarity, objectivity, and long-term developmental vision into the quality assurance processes. In response to these significant reforms, the internal quality assurance cell of our college has taken the initiative to organize this workshop designed with clarity, capacity building, and collaboration in mind. So what are the objectives of this workshop? A comprehensive breakdown of binary NAAC framework and how it alters institutional evaluation. We will get deep insights into the maturity-based accreditation model, highlighting how institutions evolve through measurable developmental stages, and we'll also learn documentation strategies here. One more thing is we will learn here the practical related to preparing for NAAC peer visits, identifying common mistakes and implementing best practices. I also welcome and mention the great name here who is going to deliver the knowledge and information to us, Dr. Piyush Phade sir, the most ideal person before all the people all over the that nation, India. The IQAC cluster is nowadays the only name which is providing help to the IQAC coordinators of various colleges. So thank you and welcome, Piyush Pahade sir. This workshop is ideal for college principals and institutional heads, IQAC coordinators and IQAC steering committee members, faculty members actively involved in academic planning and documentation, researchers, policymakers, and academic leaders across all disciplines. So let us take this opportunity to align ourselves with the emerging national quality benchmarks and ensure our institutions are future ready and accreditation strong. So we look forward to your active participation, insightful discussions, and meaningful exchange of ideas during this online workshop. So let us walk together toward a new era of academic excellence and institutional maturity. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Over to you, sir. Sutkar, sir. Hello? Sutkar, sir. Am I
Dr.
audible? Sutkar, sir.
Hello. Sir, proceed.
Proceed, sir.
Okay. Thank you, madam, for taking initiative in organizing this today's workshop on assimilating binary NAAC and maturity-based NAAC mechanism.
And now I request
Dr. B.R. Marathe sir
to introduce the
to introduce a resource person.
Okay. Thank you, sir. May I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So good afternoon to all present here. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the esteemed speaker of today's online workshop on assimilating binary NAAC and maturity-based NAAC mechanism, Mr. Manohar Pahade, passionate mentor in the field of quality assurance in higher education. Mr. Pahade is the working as the president of IQAC cluster, a pioneering body that has been instrumental in institutional mentoring across India. With an impressive academic background in zoology, he has completed MSc, MPhil, and a recent diploma in business analytics. His career span over near about 35 years in teaching and academic leadership. He served as a head of Department of Zoology for an outstanding 32 years and also held key administrative positions such as vice principal, principal, and IQAC coordinator for decade at Haribai Desai College, Pune. A recipient of Best Teacher Award from the Pune Kelvani Mandal in 2012, Mr. Institutional Development. He has conducted over 1,200 soft skill sessions as a certified trainer under Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune, and authored near about 10 academic books in zoology, biology, and biotechnology. His dedication to quality enhancement is evident in the over 50 online short-term courses he has designed and conducted for IQAC coordinators, and training over 1 lakh teachers, principals, and administrators. Currently, Mr. Pahade is associated with over 4,000 institutions across India, guiding them in NAAC processes, institutional audits, and capacity building for quality improvement. His expertise in documentation, AQAR, quality policies, and academic audits makes him one of the most respected voices in the domain. We are truly honored to have him with us today to share his deep insight into the evolving NAAC framework and mechanism. So let us warmly welcome Mr. Pahade sir to this session. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sutkar sir.
Thank you, sir, for introducing the resource person to the participant of this 2 days workshop organized by IQAC Science College Nanded. Now I request Dr. Piyush Pahade sir to give a short brief, and after that there will be vote of thanks by Dr. K.R. Gaikwad sir.
Okay.
Dr. Pahade, sir.
Namaste. Respected Secretary, Honorary Secretary, Honorable Secretary, Mrs. Shamal Patki, Madam, dignitaries of the Nanded Education Society, authorities, principal of the Science College Nanded, IQC coordinator, Dr. Vibhati Kulkarni, introducer, Mr. Vishal Marathe, sir. Thank you so much for this welcome. Vibhati Kulkarni madam has made a mention saying that this would be a comprehensive breakdown on understanding accreditation. The objectives include documentation strategies and some practical issues that relate to NAAC. I'll try to see to it that this works out. In a minute's time, I'll also like to introduce my institution, that is IQC Cluster. It is an organization of the IQC coordinators created by the IQC coordinators for the IQC coordinators for the college, for the teachers, for the students. We cater to institutional mentorings for quality. We help
Sir, please
institutions.
start your video. Sorry for interruption.
Yeah. Yes, please. Sutkar sir, you're saying something.
Oh, okay. No. No problem, sir. You are audible. Just go ahead, sir.
Okay. I thought I was to first speak for a minute and then we were to go for vote of thanks and then start.
Yes.
No. So I was
Yes.
introducing my institution and then
Okay,
we were going to hand over the mic to for vote of thanks and then we'll start again. Fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
So IQC Cluster is an institution that has its footprints pan India. It is associated with almost 4,000 plus institutions and has helped institutions in a variety of ways, including mentoring for institutions, including AQR mentoring, including trainings, including audits, and a variety of areas wherever the college wants a help. In the current session, we are going to look into the two types of the NAAC accreditations. And we'll try to understand what this process is, how this process is, how it is different from the previous cycle. And what is it that we need to actually start working on now? How can we document? How can we see to it that small things that matter us the most, how can we take care of them? What are the big things that are coming? What are the small changes that are going to set in because of these big things? And how can we go through this particular accreditation very comfortably? So with this very brief introduction, I hand over the charge to Mr. Prashant Sutkarji, and then we will start again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Now, sir will discuss the whole things in detail after a few minutes. Now, I request Dr. K.R. Gaikwad, sir, please give vote of thanks.
हाँ ठीक है, हाँ ठीक है, करके लो ना, करके लो. हाँ 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 ठीक है, ठीक. हाँ ठीक. Relax.
Huh? Gaikwad sir.
Hello, sir. I-
Gaikwad sir.
Hello. Hello, sir. Actually, is there a Gaikwad, sir? He is going.
Yes, madam, I am audible. 1 minute, 1 minute.
Please continue.
So, good afternoon to all of you. I say Kishore Gaikwad. I am audible first of all.
Yes sir. Yes sir. You are audible.
You are okay, okay. So, myself Kishore Gaikwad, to here to propose vote of thanks. Now, first of all, I would like thanks the patron members of Nanded Education Society, Science College Nanded, Honorable Dr. Venkatesh R. Kabde sir, President, Nanded Education Society, Nanded. I also thanks Honorable Dr. C.A. Dr. S. Patil sir, Vice President, Nanded Education Society, Nanded. I also thanks Miss Shamal Patki Madam, Secretary, Nanded Education Society, Nanded, and Mr. Praful Agrawal sir, Joint Secretary, Nanded Education Society, Nanded. I also thanks the convener of this workshop, Dr. L.P. Shinde sir, Principal Science College, Nanded, and I also thanks organizing secretary of this workshop, Dr. Vivati Kulkarni Madam, IQC Coordinator, Science College, Nanded, Dr. V.R. Marathe sir, Professor, Department of Botany, also Dr. P.S. Sutkar sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, and all the organizing team members of NES Science College, Nanded. And lastly, I thanks all the principals, IQC coordinates, professors, and faculty members, research students of different institutes and home institute for attending these workshops. So, thank you to all of you.
Thank you sir for your kind words and gratitude towards participant and those who are present, that present members of this meeting. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
to
you,
all.
sir.
After 2 minutes or 2-3 minutes, we will start the session of Honorable Resource Person Piyush Pade sir within few minutes.
I'll need a screen share.
Sir, you are co-host, so you may share your screens.
Yeah. We'll just start in 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. Yes. So good afternoon to all of you. I'm Piyush Pahade, President IQSC Cluster, and we are going to look into something that relates to NAAC. All of us are waiting for the final accreditation and manual to come. But this all began in 2020, and in 2023, the K. Radhakrishnan Committee report was submitted to the Ministry of Education. And this Ministry of this was NAAC. Dr. Bakurji, could you please mute yourself? Yeah, thank you so much. So this report was submitted to the Ministry of Education and it was accepted in November 2023. And the new accreditation process that is to come is based on the suggestions of this particular report. This report tells us how this game is going to be played. How this is going to be, what are the rules and regulations, what are the conditions, is what this particular report tells. And therefore, we need to first know this, and then we will also go to the remaining 10 attributes. As Madam made a mention of some time ago, Honorable Shyamala Patki Madam made a mention of, that this is a kind of accreditation called as binary accreditation. Previously, we had a very simple kind of accreditation. We did not have anything called as binary accreditation. We had an accreditation where initially in 2004 to 2017, one team used to come. It used to have 3 people, 1 vice chancellor, 2 senior teachers. They would come, they would see the college. We all would dance to the tunes of the committee. They would ask us something, we would show them the documents, we would talk with them, we would write big reports. The committee would go. In 2017, they came up with a new model saying that this is not the right way. Only 30% of the work will go with the physical team. The team will come for 2 days, will submit on the 3rd day and will go, but 70% would remain on the numerical data. That data would be checked by the auditors. And 30% would be checked by the peer team. Now in 2023, they say, no. This is also not acceptable. There are too many problems. We need a different mechanism, and this is the mechanism that comes in. When we are teaching as teachers and we are checking the question papers, the first parameter with respect to that question paper is बच्चा पास हो गया कि नहीं हो गया, whether the student has passed or has not passed. 40% mark मिले कि नहीं मिले. If the student gets 40% of mark, he is passed. If he doesn't get 40% of mark, he is failed. He has to sit for that exam again. So the situation is 0 or 1. Either you pass or you fail. In computers, we call this situation as a binary situation. The language of a computer is binary. Either a 0 or a 1. या तो हाँ या तो ना. The first accreditation that we have over here is a binary accreditation. So either you are accredited or you are not accredited. If you are far below the expectation of accreditation, you are not accredited. If you have scored that minimum number of marks, you are accredited. By having this kind of mechanism, you have either passed or you have failed. So you don't need a grade now. There is no need of a grade. So there is no mad race of grade. So there is no manipulation. So there are no egos. Whether you are accredited or not accredited, we are accredited. That's all. So the status is whether accredited or not accredited. This is the first accreditation that comes in, which has minimum number of parameters. Whether you are performing everywhere a little, that is more than sufficient. Accreditation to ho gaya bhaiya, fantastic. But when you are going for that, there is another question that is asked. And that happens to be, that goes with the next type of accreditation, which is called as the maturity-based accreditation. Maturity-based graded accreditation. Maturity M, based B, graded G, accreditation A. Now, what does that say? That says if you have passed in accreditation, that is, if you are accredited, then to which level will you like to play? It means you have passed an examination, but you have another examination, whether you will like to be in first standard, second standard, third standard, fourth standard, or fifth standard. This you have to tell when you go for binary accreditation. So if you have passed, at which level will you like to play? This is what is called as maturity-based graded accreditation. It means that now we do not have grades. We have levels. If you have passed the accreditation, then you are with level 1, that is emerging. बच्चा छोटा है. If there are some other parameters that you have written in your report, they are there, it is developing. Some basic improvement in teaching, learning processes is there. If you have good quality structured mechanisms established, if you are a high performing institution with good research, with good placements, with innovation, with research, level 4. And if you are excellent, you are equivalent to world standards, you go with level 5. So 1, you have to pass. If you have passed, you go for the next process called as maturity levels. So these are the 5 levels of maturity: emerging, developing, established, mature, leadership level. Now, let us come back to the chat box. Please come to the chat box and please let me know what are the 5 levels that we have talked right now. Please use the chat box. I am looking into the chat box. I am waiting for you. The first accreditation, we'll start with, what is the first accreditation called? There are 2 accreditations. What is the first accreditation called? Please answer. No, first accreditation called. What is the first accreditation called? What is the first accreditation called? Binary, absolutely right. Dr. Mahesh Kulteji is right. Binary. What does binary mean? 0 or 1. 0 means what and 1 means what? Yes or no? Absolutely right. That's what Dr. Hemaji makes a mention of. Absolutely right. Now, based on pass or fail, right? Shubhamji makes a mention. Based on binary accreditation, what is the next level that is going to come in? Absolutely right. Dr. Maria Martin also makes a mention of the same binary. Based on which, what is the next accreditation that comes in? Maturity based. Absolutely right. What is the short form of maturity based? Quick. MBGA. Absolutely right. What is MBGA? Full form. Quick. Right? Maria Martin ji makes a mention as MBGA. Okay, fine. What is the full form of MBGA? Absolutely right. Dr. Kokate makes a mention as maturity based what accreditation? G is remaining. Graded accreditation. Absolutely right. Shrikant ji makes it absolutely right. Very good. Now we go to the next part. What are the 5 levels that have been told out? What is the first level called? What is the first, second, third, and fourth and fifth? Yes, please. Emerging. Okay. Second is what? Okay. Okay. Developing. Fine. What is the third one? Established. Okay. What is the fourth one? Mature. Absolutely right. What is the fifth one? What is the fifth grade called as? Leadership level or global level. Absolutely right. Thank you so much. All of you have been participating very nice. Now let us actually start with the MBGL mechanism. So I will close down the chat box now and we will go again to the presentation part. Yeah. So these are the 5 levels that we made a mention of. Emerging, which meets the minimum standards. Developing, which shows improvement. Established, which talks about a good quality organization. Mature means good, well performing with good features. And fifth one happens to be leadership level. So these are the parameters that would come in. These are the most important parameters that we need to understand. For deciding the levels of the institution, what would be the parameter that would be using? Size of the institution. How big is the institution? Number 2, number of programs and disciplines added and functional. Program means BA, BCom, BSc, BBA, BCA, MScs, Masters, MA, MCom. They are the programs. Disciplines, of course, are arts, commerce, science, anything else that comes into picture. Furthermore, years of continuous performance in working and in NAAC. The 4 levels based on the above parameters, this could also go for graded autonomy. And the 5th level, of course, is for global excellence, for multidisciplinary research and education. So you're able to see these are the different levels, and these are some of the important parameters on which the level is going to be decided. So now let us look into what more. You are able to see the third point. Now, these were the first 2 points. This is the binary plus maturity hybrid model. So the institution first has to go through binary, yes, no. Then it would be assigned with a maturity level 1 to 5. If it is no, reapply. Now, what is the big thing that comes in that I have not talked so far? That happens to be continuous focus on improvement. For example, I say my college is level 1 college. After 3 years, I again went for NAAC and I said my college is level 1 college. खुश हूँ, कुछ काम वाम नहीं करना पड़ता है. That's very nice. Third time after these 6 years, if I go and say we want to be at level 1 college, NAAC will say shut up. You will have to go for level 2. Or else you are not a functioning college. It means that now, until now, NAAC was not mandatory. करना है तो करो, नहीं करना है तो मत करो, makes no difference. If you do, we will come and check. They used to say, because you are inviting, so I am coming. Now it is not the case. You have to go for NAAC. The cycle is of 3 years. You have to pass the NAAC. You have to see to it that you complete the binary. You have already filled the data, which will decide at what level you are. But before that, you will tell that we want to work at level 3. And then they will say, oh no, you are not worth working for level 3. You can work for level 2. And then you get level 2. But next time you will try for level 3. So you have to keep on progressing out to a higher maturity level over a period of time, compulsory. There are so many colleges who have not gone for NAAC. Some time ago, madam was making a mention of it. They have not gone for my NAAC primarily because क्या करना है? I am getting my salary, I am happy. Who's worried about the institution? Now you'll have to be worried about the institution. Because tomorrow, maybe, if the institution is not working, how can salary be paid? If it's a government college, and even then, if the accreditation levels are not sufficient, salary possibly could be stopped. The institution may not remain accredited. University may say we remove your affiliation. Things will be very bad. And therefore, this process is now going to be a forward directed process. This is what we need to understand. Focus on continuous improvement. And institution must progress to a higher maturity level. Furthermore, you will be assessed regularly to ensure sustained quality. So this accreditation is now different from the previous accreditations. Colleges have bide time for 25 years. Now at the most they can buy time for a few months. If they don't perform, they perish. Something very important over here. This entire process is a digital evidence-based evaluation. No one will come to your institution. No one will come and check whether things are there or not there. Your papers will speak. Furthermore, the entire process is digital. Your submissions are digital. It means something very important. It means you need to be excellent in documentation. It means you have to do documentation very carefully. It means if you are not good at documentation, you are going to lose. Paper speaks. We had a chance that the team comes, we will talk to the team, we will convince the team. Now the team is not going to come. The team had teachers. The vice chancellor was a teacher. Now there is no one who's a teacher. They are all going to be, what do you say, the auditors. This makes this particular system a very different kind of system. There will be a heavy reliance on verifiable metrics. What is a verifiable metric? Something that you can prove. How many research papers? What is your graduate outcome? How many patents do you have? How many placements have you done? These are verifiable metrics. How will they verify digitally? How? We will see in a short while. If you're doing well, there are incentives for higher maturity levels. If you're doing well, you will get autonomy, you can start new courses, you can get some funds, you can get global recognitions, etc., etc., etc. Furthermore, if you will not perform well, you are going to be fined. This makes it very different because there were no fines previously. Just yesterday, in Times of India, there is a news that talks about NIRF. It says that if you go and again resubmit your data, you will be charged. You will have to pay a fine. So now let us try to understand the uniqueness of this particular system. And what are the advantages of this particular system? Number one, phase implementation, step-by-step accreditation. Step one, binary eligibility, which we talked about. Institution must have minimum requirements first. Step two, maturity assessment. Kitna mature ho? If yes, at what level? Number three, there is continuous monitoring that is taking place. Number four, you have to go for accreditation, AQAR writing, and there would be a 3-year assessment. 3 years is hardly any time. For example, if you are going for NAAC this year, see what I am saying, please pay attention, something very important. If you are going for NAAC in 25, this is 25-26. Your data is for up to 24-25. That is 22-23 first year, 23-24 second year, 24-25 third year. You're going to submit the data for 3 years. You're already in the 4th year, that is in the next cycle. By the time NAAC gives result, you would have almost completed the 1st year of the next cycle. Then you have only 2 years in your hands. So now these cycles have become small, crunched. Previously 5 साल के बाद 2 साल आराम करो. Now you don't have that time. You are already into the next cycle. It means you need a continuous mentoring. If you are to go for a higher grade, it means you have to work harder. It means you need to plan. It means you need to create all the things that we are going to talk later on. So this is a big change that is coming in. Constantly colleges are pressing upon and saying, sir, we want continuous mentoring from you, so that we are able to keep up with the timelines. So here you are able to see there is a phased implementation, there is a maturity based assessment, there is continuous monitoring going on. Furthermore, there are some metrics which we can call them as outcome based metrics. Number one, graduate employability. What is that graduate employability? What does that mean? Graduate employability means how good is your graduate employable? Means what? Means my student has done graduation, but can he get a job in the industry? But how will he get a job in the industry? If he has skills, if he has certifications, if he has internships, if he has maybe some research paper published, if he has something with him, then he is going to get a job. If he says, I am from this college, so I should be appointed, gone are the days. They will show yourself. So, how employable is your graduate? That is graduate employment. Graduation तो हो जाता है, it takes place, but is your graduate employable? It means, are you taking an effort to see to it that he becomes employable? Second, what is the research impact? How many patents? How many publications in good journals? That is Q1, Q2 journals. You must be knowing there are 4 types of journals: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals. Q1 and Q2 are top 25, 1 to 25 and 25 to 50 journals. Q3 is 26 to 75. Q4 is 75 and above. In how many good journals has your paper been published? You cannot say, नहीं हमारा तो UGC care listed है, it is not counted, care listing is gone. You cannot say, oh, we have a national journal which we have only prepared and into which we only write, and all our papers are published. Or we have some good predatory journal which sells very well but has no value. काम नहीं चलेगा. So your research paper needs to be published in a good journal. Then how is your student progression taking place? By higher studies, whether there are any entrepreneurship activities taking place. Have your student become entrepreneurs? What is going to come? What are the documents that are going to come? They are also going to be very important. And lastly, what is the social contribution? How is the community engagement? How are the socially disadvantaged groups, SDGs, and how is the institution aligned with it? See, these are the different parameters. This is going to be the focus area. Previously, everything was what? Previously, everything was input centered. Input centered means there are 5 indicators. The first indicator is an input indicator. How many students, how many courses, how many programs, how many teachers, how many research papers, how many activities, how many. What are they now going to look into in greater details? Not just how many. So the first indicator, of course, is an input indicator, but after an input indicator, what comes is the second indicator, which is called as the process indicator. How is your process? Excellent. You took all students. Your admissions are full. How do you teach? Process. How is the process of your teaching? How is the process of your internships? How is the process of your assessments? How is the process of students completing their graduation process? Step 3. Okay, you have told about your process. What is the output? You said 100 students were taken, all 100 seats are full. What is the output after 4 years? 75% students have passed. Where have the 25% students gone? So you are able to see that is called as an output. Then comes the outcome. What is the outcome? How many got placed? Where did they get placed? And the impact is what was their salary package. So input, process, output, outcome, impact. These are 5 indicators on which it is going to get checked. They have made a mention saying that we will talk about input, process, outcome, and impact. But these are the indicators that we need to understand. When we are planning any activity, we should plan in this way. Input क्या होगा? What will be the input? Further, what would be the process? What will be the outcome? What will be the output? What would be the outcome? What should be the impact? How strong is the impact? This is how this particular system is going to work. The uniqueness further goes with a complete digital approach. There would be real-time dashboards for the institutions to track the progress. How many MOUs were there in 2024-25? How many of them are now in 25-26? How many of them are there in 26-27? How many students were taken in? How many have succeeded? How many have passed out? Real-time dashboard coming into picture. How many research publications? How do I do this? How does this happen? Through AI-driven data validation and through blockchain technology-based credentialization. I'll give you one example over here. How many students have been taken in your college? Enrollment, enrollment. The final enrollment goes in October to the university. You have said that we have taken 118 students. When you fill up the data for NIRF, you say not 118 students. That time you say 122 students. When you give it to the government, it is 125 students. And when you give it to someone else, it is some other government organization, let us say Aisha, it is, let us say 116 students. Now you have 116, 118, 120, 122, 125 students given throughout the year to various agencies. What is happening right now is automation is taking place. When you go for NAAC, all this data will start coming in together, roping in together. And when how many students come into picture, you say we had 120 students. Government will show you, NAAC will show you, you are saying this. इसमें से सही क्या है? what is the truth. And if this starts happening with everything, then they will say your data is not proper. You should be fined rupees 1 lakh. You will have to pay that money. This is because of the blockchain-based credentialization and tamper-proofing of the records. So we need to see to it that the records that we generate are very pure. Our data is correct. This is the big thing that we need to understand. Furthermore, the next thing, that is peer review. You will have to conduct some kind of feedback mechanisms. You will be conducting, not NAAC. NAAC is going to conduct, but NAAC you are also going to conduct. For which you will have some industry experts. You will have some alumni feedback. You may have some international reviewers for level 4 and 5. You will also have your students. You will ask them something about the syllabus and they will say, you have given a letter to the industry experts and they said, oh, the syllabus is fantastic. Then in that case, what is the outcome? You are saying the syllabus is fantastic. The student should get absorbed very quickly. Apne rishtedar ithe, maan lo they were our friends. So they are helping you. What is going to happen? They will say, if it is so, then why is your placement below 20%? So here you are able to see your feedbacks are going to be cross-checked with your data, making this a very different process, which was not there previously. ऐसा कुछ blockchain technology होगी अपने पास कुछ नहीं था. So here you are able to see your feedbacks on one side, technology-driven picture on the other side, variety of reviews on the other side. This is how this method is going to work. Furthermore, there can be different pathways for different people. So for an old institution, there is a different route of NAAC. For a new institution, there is a different route for NAAC. There can be research institutions. Their weightage will be on patents, on citations, on research, on number of books published, on some such kind of materials. We say, oh, we are a teaching focused institution. Is it so? Then how is the pedagogy? How is the teaching mechanism? What are the student outcomes? What is your passing rate? How have they got placed? Where are they going? How many of them have gone for higher education? वैसा आ जाएगा. If you say, oh, we are a vocational institution, then show how many skill certifications do you have? How many MOUs do you have? How many employer partnerships have you created? How many students have gone for internships? So the system is very unique that is coming in picture. Furthermore, rewards for high maturity level 4 and 5. You get extra funds, you get global collaborations. You get UGC gives you autonomy to start new courses. And if you are not going to work properly, there are penalties for non-compliance. There can be salary funding cuts for stagnant institutions. There can be a derecognition if failing to improve after 2 cycles. So not being recognized by NAAC will cost us very dearly. And therefore, this is a very different mechanism that we are talking about. What more you are able to see over here? You are able to see student-centric reforms coming into picture. There are feedback loops where teachers will be rated by the students. How is the teaching that you have to create? There is a grievance redressal score. This has become very important. You will have to put your reports on eSamadhan portal. eSamadhan is yet another portal that the government has started. If you know, on 3rd of January 2025, UGC has come up with a new mechanism of accreditation, which will start from the coming year, where again you'll have to go for a NEP accreditation. And where they have made a mention that at least 30 parameters should be completed by affiliated colleges, something like 37 or 40 parameters to be completed by the autonomous colleges, and almost 45 parameters to be completed by the university out of 47. That is also coming. The more and more of data is coming, and more of data would go into blockchain, and all this data would come together. So how is your grievance mechanism? Is it written down? Is there a policy for grievance mechanism? Is it being implemented? How many times have you taken the meeting of the grievance system? How many grievances did happen? At what level were they sorted out? What are the kinds of grievances? There are academic grievances that go with examination system. There are some other grievances that go with the college. The parking does not support vehicles, or the toilets are not clean, the benches are not wiped. What action is being taken? They will make a mention, okay, give at least 30 grievances that you have received, which are there on the e-Samadhan portal. अब बोले वहां तो डाला ही नहीं, तो यहाँ पे कहां से आएगा? So we need to have our committees in place. We need to see to it that they are working very effectively. We need to see to it that the reports are done properly. We need to see to it that feedbacks are taken constantly. It means IQAC has to be active all the times. Then comes transparency and public accountability. All reports and ratings are publicly accessible on NAAC portal. You can go and see it. You need to do third-party audits. For example, IQAC Cluster does auditing. It's a third-party audit. You cannot say, I only did my audit and I said I am very good. Not accepted. There can be some whistleblower policies to report malpractices. Someone says, यहाँ पे जो fees that are being taken, they are being manipulated. You will have to give an answer to it. So things are changing very fast. That's what I mean to say. Now, what is what more you are able to see? It is integrated with NEP 2020 and NIRF. It is aligned to the National Education Policy. NAAC ratings are linked to NIRF ratings. This was not there previously. Now NAAC and NIRF would go together, and multidisciplinary institutions. That is not just a commerce college. If it's an arts, commerce, science college, then in that case you get more points. So these are the uniqueness that you are able to see. Now something more that I wish to make a mention is something called as, how is this data going to be collected? How is this data going to get collected? This data is going to be collected by a portal called as One Nation, One Data Portal, ONOD. This is how that particular portal has its front page, landing page. One Nation, One Data Portal. If you give me a minute, I will like to show you what is going to be asked on One Nation, One Data Portal. Please give me 1 minute. I will show it to you. What is there on One Nation, One Data Portal. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Yes. Fine. Yeah. Let's go to One Nation, One Data Portal. What does that data portals make a mention? Huh? Sorry. My mistake. This is what is there on One Nation, One Data Portal. This is what is going to be asked over there. Your Asia ID, your institutional name, address, what type of institution are you, in which district is it, state, website, officer name, designation, contact number, head mail, that is your principal's mail ID, telephone number, head designation, status, institutional category, name of the college, management body, aided, private or aided. Then IC details, every teacher's information, gender, joining date, qualification, designation, department name, institute courses, discipline, example science, a total intake, duration, MSc 2 years, month, duration in months, level PG, for example. Institute infrastructure, give details of the infrastructure. How much of educational loan has been provided by you? How many foreign students do you have? How many fellowships have been awarded? How many scholarships have been awarded? How much of whether the accreditation has taken place or not? Then NAAC information is asked on this portal. Basic detail, extended profile. What you have prepared for that NAAC is to be given up over here. Course material, course details, how many courses you have, evaluated report, student details, then teacher details. Part-time teachers, how many part-time teachers do you have? Part-time assistant professors, part-time associate professors, part-time professors, its details. Then temporary qualification, temporary teachers, that you permanent qualification details, permanent assistant professors, permanent associate professors, permanent professors. Temporary qualification, temporary teachers, temporary professors, temporary associate professors, temporary professor details. We don't have all this. They are asking it. If it is an AICT institution, then AICT details, books, library, laboratory, list of circulation, computational facilities, hostel facilities, new extension approval in case of course, AICT programs, AICT trustee, land details, building details, e-journal details, institutional instructional details, AICT university name change details, all that needs to be done. For NIRF data intake, then accreditation details, capex budget, how much of budget it is there, consultancy projects, executive education revenue, IPR, institute details, online education, some budget called OPEX budget, PhD students, physically handicapped students, sponsored research, placement data. So all this data is asked over there on ONOD. And there is something more that I wish to make a mention. There is an access to the student. You have student logins, you have faculty logins, you have institutional logins, you have admins, you have super admins, you also have external observers. This is what is there, that you're able to see on ONOD. This data is to be filled up for all the 3 years that you are going to go for NAAC. In case you are going immediately, and this data needs to be, this is on a separate portal called as One Nation, One Data Portal. This is what I just wanted to make a mention of, and that we need to know, otherwise things can be very difficult for us. So this is one part that I wanted to make a mention. Now, we come to the presentation component. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Now, something very important that you are able to see over here is that curriculum, faculty profile. This is all that I told you. UGC net, skill qualifications, NIRF ranking, patents, student employer, alumni surveys. Then whether you have NPTEL internshala partnerships, you need to register yourself if you don't have it, so that you can say that yes, now we have that, for example. Now, something very important that we need to understand over here. Why is government going for one nation, one data? This is the big question. When we had a mechanism, now what is government saying or what is NAAC saying? First, put all this data on one nation, one data portal. After you have put it on ONOD, then you go to NAAC, then upload it over there. This year you may upload a data of 3 years. But later on, you are going to upload the data of 1 year only at one time. So that data is going to be cross-checked every time. That data is going to go through all technology cross-checks. That is an automated cross-check that you are able to see. So AI will compare the data with iShape. If you have Scopus listed papers with Scopus, with LinkedIn, with patent databases. So placement claims will be checked. So you say that so many students have got placed in the industry, तो industry के साथ वो check होगा. So there is a 100% verification of placement that is going to come in. You all must be remembering a few years ago, there was one college from Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, who had given some fake data. And for that fake data, they were blacklisted for 5 years by NAAC. So fraud detection cases, they can be identified. By blockchain, data tampering can be prevented. If there is something suspicious, it will be flagged for the manual audit that there is a problem over here. So it means that though there is everything is online, it is not everything is online. It's again going to be checked manually. That's what I mean to say. Sorry. Then furthermore, third-party audits and public transparency. NAAC appoints auditors. Random checks like ISO certification, etc. will be done. Public data portals, anyone can verify. Whistleblower, I told you about this. The data given to the government will be maintained private. This is the big thing that you are able to see over here. The data will be kept private. It means everyone cannot get that data. So here you are able to see that is called a general data protection and regulation. The way it is followed in the West. Only HEIs can see the data, NAAC regulators can see the data, government can see the data, everyone cannot see the data. But your data is going to remain on your website also. That is one more thing. And this is where you are able to see one nation, one data makes a big sense. So these are the important aspects that you are able to see. This is followed by the 10 attributes, and then we will be looking into the 10 attributes of NAAC. To revise up briefly, try to understand. To summarize binary accreditation, I know the color that has been used over here. I'm just trying to focus on something that has been highlighted out. Teaching quality is going to be checked. Research output is going to be checked. Infrastructure is going to be checked. Student satisfaction is going to be checked. Governance is going to be checked. Mandatory digital documentation is going to play a very important role. The cycle is going to be for 3 years. NEP 2020 based outcome based education is going to come into picture. Skill development is going to be focused. Student wellness is going to be focused. Holistic education is going to be focused. There are no peer team visits. Everything is going to be data-driven assessments. All these words are important words. So I have deliberately kept them in a fluorescent coloration. Furthermore, graded levels of accreditation. Institutions must consistently progress. Digital documentation and analytics. Outcome-based education encourages institutions to focus on skill development, holistic learning. Greater autonomy for higher learning institutions, maturity-based levels that you are able to see. These are some very important aspects that you are able to see in this particular case. Now, there is something more that I want to say. So this was the first part, which is known as the maturity-based accreditation and binary accreditations. We will now be taking one small exercise of documentation, and I want you to participate in this particular activity. So we have we all keep on continuously conducting a variety of activities. There are many types of activities that we consistently keep on conducting out. So these activities that we conduct, we create a document out of it. So now let us see how best we can create a document. I will also be giving you a few tips over here. I'm going to show you one format. I want all of you to write down this document, you to prepare a document. All of you must be with your notebooks and pens. Please keep them ready. We want it. So I'm showing you one format, and we are going to use this particular format right now. Sorry. Okay. Just 1 minute. Yeah. You're able to see a format over here. It's an activity report that every teacher prepares. Every year we keep on conducting a variety of activities for our students. Someone takes for a guest lecture, someone gives guest lectures, then you have some workshops, then you have something called as, PPT presentation. Somebody says, okay, let me take the students for to a visit. तो बहुत टाइप की एक्टिविटीज हम करते रहते हैं. So how do I prepare my activity report? So keeping in mind this, and teachers documentation is going to play a very important role. So we will actually prepare. Think that you have conducted one activity right now. Think in your mind. We are going to prepare an activity report of it. You just have to write down what I tell you. Activity report for the year. Let us say 25-26. Absolutely okay. Whether that activity was conducted by the department or by the committee. Let us say it was conducted by the department or by the committee, whatever your activities. Sometimes you have something on gender, Mahila Sakshamikaran. Then in that case, it would go with the committee. But it could be a visit, then it can go with the department. So whether it is for the department or it is for the committee. Okay, please write this down. Now, what was the title of the activity? Please write down the title of the activity. We are actually trying to create a mock document, a dummy document. So let us see how best we can work it out. Title of the activity. Visit to, guest lecture by, on the topic, importance of economy, whatever it is. Coordinator's name, your name. Day and date. Put today's day and date, it's okay. Venue, where did you conduct it in your college? It was in college. Maybe it was in the seminar hall. Maybe it was in hall number 203, wherever it is. At what time was it conducted? It can so happen that, you have taken a 2-day trip. So it could be 21, 22 July. Or it could be 3 to 5, depending on the kind of time. Number of participants. Write down the number of participants. Correct. Now, what kind of activity was it? Was it an outdoor activity? Or it was an indoor activity? Or it was an online activity? These days you find online activities also. So just tick mark or write down online, indoor, whatever. So what type of activity was it? Was it an academic activity? Or it was an extension activity for the community? Or it was a student progression activity, maybe how to write a resume, student progression activity. Or maybe a student support activity, something like that. Or an activity for the environment, for gender, for days, for enrichment. It could be anything else, whatever it is, just write down. Then, was it in the academic calendar? If it was in the academic calendar, it was a scheduled activity. If it was not in the academic calendar, it was an unscheduled activity. It's absolutely okay if it's an unscheduled activity. Now, what was the funding source? Who gave you the money? Maybe it was self-sponsored. Maybe it was conducted by the NGO. Maybe it was conducted by the industry. Maybe it was conducted as a part of the exchange program. Maybe anything else, whatever it is, please write down. Furthermore, amount. How much was the amount? Write down the amount. It was 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, whatever the amount is. If there was a guest, then who was the chief guest? If there was no guest, if it was a tour, then there is no guest, so it's a dash would come in. Now let's go to the next part of the activity. What was the topic or the subject of the activity? Title is different from the subject. Before conducting the activity, what were the objectives of the activity? What was the thought? Why I should do this for my student? Or now, for example, here, Dr. Vibhati Kulkarni madam says, what is the thought that I must have this? That's the objective. So she would actually write down comprehensive breakdown on accreditation. She would write down the next point as documenting strategies. She would write down practical relating to NAAC, practical aspects relating to NAAC. What is your objectives? Please write down. Now, what is the methodology of that activity? It was a guest lecture. It was an online session. It was a workshop. It was a conference. It was a meet. It was a visit. It was something. It was like this. It was like this. It was a donation program. Whatever you feel like. And after completion of the activity, what were the outcomes of that activity? The objectives were so and so, outcomes were more than that. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I had one thought in my mind, but after looking at the activity, my student said, oh, sir, it was a fantastic activity. We understood this, we understood this, we understood this, we understood this. Oh my God, these are the outcomes. Now, please pay attention. Something that I wish to make a mention. I did not tell you anything about IQAC document number. And now we will go to that also. Here you are able to see I did not talk about IQAC document number. But then, what am I actually saying? That is the big thing that I wish to make a mention out over here. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So now, what is it that I am trying to say? This is the index sheet of the document. This sheet that I am showing you, what you are writing down is the index sheet, below which will be the proofs. Below which will be the proofs. So we'll try to understand what are those proofs. Before conducting the activity, documentation has begun, bhaiya. So what are those documents that have begun before starting the activity? Let us look into that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Before starting the activity, sorry, my mistake. Okay. So before starting the activity, what are the documents that you need? Pre-event documents, maybe an approval letter. You gave it to the principal, so please sign. Please sanction the budget. You may have sent a mail, just as Kulkarni madam had sent me one mail, guest speaker invitation. She prepared a flyer. She might have prepared a notice for the college. As the registrations took place, a pre-registration list was getting prepared. So you're able to see these are the pre-event documents. Then comes the actual event. Had this been a physical document, she would have said everybody must sign that paper. Signature attendance, most important document. Very important document. Now keep in mind, these documents are documents, and these documents which are taking place during the event, they are called as the records. So activities during the event documents are called as the records. These are the records. The rest of them may be a record or may not be a record. NAAC checks records. An approval letter may be counted or may not be counted, but the signature of the attendee will be counted. Geotag photos will be counted. So these during event documents are very important. These are called as records. Now, why am I saying this? You can create pre-event documents. You may create post-event documents also, but you cannot create during event documents after the event is over. You cannot take geotag photos after everybody has gone home. You cannot create a signature attendance of participants properly. Counter signature by the guest. High quality geotag photos with accurate tagging, event tagging. That is, this event is taking place, a photo has been taken, but who is this man? This man is Mr. Piyush Parekh. Who is he? He is the president of IQAC Crystal. Where did he come from? From so and so place. What did he tell? After 3 years, कुछ याद नहीं रहेगा. And therefore, it needs to be written down, created now. And these documents need to be sequenced in this way. So pre-event documents would come first, event documents would come later, post-event documents would come after that. It is like starter coming in advance, main course coming in between, and ice cream coming later on. Same thing. Maybe some small reels may be done these days, they are made. Post-event documents, feedback and feedback analysis. Vibhati Kulkarni madam would take a feedback, and after which she will send it to me. Bolenge, you please don't come again, useless man. A feedback going to the one who has delivered. I mean to say, please try to understand what I am trying to say over here.
Sir.
These documents play a very important role. Now we come to the last part of this particular document. IQAC document needs to be numbered. Some time ago I made a mention IQAC document number. Now I am coming to the number. Let us say our college has prepared 200 documents in this particular year. How do I know there are 200? I need to count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 200. So 1 over here IQAC document number over here that you are able to see, that you can see over here. 1 that you are able to see over here, 1 is the IQAC document number 1, 2, 3, 4 out of. This is the first document that has come. This man called PMP, Piyush Manohar Pahad, has created this document. Then from which department is he? He is from zoology department. In which year was this activity done? This activity was done in 2021. So you are able to see over here a complete detail is being made out of the documents. So you can track the activities, you can track the person, you can track the department, you can track the year. This makes it different. Then attribute name. Now previously it was criteria, now it is called as attribute name. Attribute. Criteria has now become attribute. So which attribute is this? Let us say this attribute is number 2, number 3, number 4, whatever it is. So this is attribute number, let us say 2 or 3, or let us say it is 5. Now this attribute is number 2, let us say. Where is this document kept? This document which we have prepared, where is it kept? Oh, it is in the departmental file. In which departmental file? So a uniform documentation file would say all events will be file number 1. So it will be file number 1. Just 1 minute. It would be file number 1. Please pay attention over here, for example. And let's just wipe this out first. Okay. For example, this is the file number 1 that I am numbering, file number 1. Activity file. Oblique. Let us say, now since this way I had written down 2021, so I am keeping 2021 only. So this is an activity file. Activity file oblique, let us say chemistry oblique 2021. This is the way I have documented this particular, this is the way I have documented this particular file. So in chemistry department documents 1/activity file/chemistry/2021. So all chemistry activities are in file number 1 in chemistry department. All activity documents of zoology department are in zoology department. So 1/activity file/zoology/2021. 1/activity file/English/2021. 1/activity file/computer science/2021. So what am I trying to tell you? I am trying to tell you, if I am talking about an activity file, it is always going to be 1. That file is going to be in that department. Why in that department? Because that department needs it. So once, if a document is prepared in hard, that document is going to remain with that particular departmental document. But how will IQAC know? How will IQAC know this? IQAC को कहाँ बताया अब तक? So therefore, IQAC file number would come in over here now. IQAC file number 1 is going to have all this documentation. So the list of all the documents will come in. This is called as documenting at college level. 1 means activity file, 2 means so and so file, 3 means teachers file, 4 means research file, 5 means whatever it is. So in this way, entire documentation comes into picture. Now we come to the next part, the last part, name of the teacher. He has to give his signature and say that I have filled this form, I have prepared this document. Head of the department will be signing it, or head of the committee will be signing it with date, and IQAC coordinator will sign it with date and with seal. This document is prepared and this document is complete. This is the way a single teacher can document his own document, create his own document. So in the first part we have seen, we are going to take a break of 5 minutes now. In the first part we have seen the two types of accreditations. The first one happens to be binary accreditation and the second one happens to be MBGL accreditation, my maturity based grade accreditations. Then we have also seen how the documentation is going to be done over there, which is based on the One Nation, One Data platform, ONOD. We have seen what is the importance of this entire system. We have tried to see what is the duration. It is 3 years of duration and what all things. So after looking into this first part, after looking into the basic documentation that a teacher needs to know, if you can have a document in this way, you will not lose on the basic data. Second part, 3 years is also a lot of time. So unless we have this covering sheet on which and to which all the necessary documents are added, things are not going to change. So we need to see to it that we document properly. Now, in the second part, that is almost 1 hour at 5, maybe at 5 or 5, it is 4:55. At 5 o'clock, we will start again, and we will be looking into the next part. That is, we will start looking into the attributes. That is criteria previously, now as the attributes. So we'll be looking at some attributes today, and the rest of the attributes will be seen in details tomorrow. So we take a break of 5 minutes. We will meet after 5 minutes. Your queries are,
Yes.
in case you have any questions, you please ask me now, and then we will take a break of 5 minutes.
Participants,
Questions
is
are
there
welcome.
any doubt, difficulty, or any questions? You can ask sir
Yeah,
directly.
please feel free.
Unmute and ask, please.
In case there is anything, yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yes, please.
Sir, you have mentioned SDGs somewhere.
Huh.
So that socially deprived groups something. But as we came across on, I search on Google, it shows as Sustainable Development Goals.
SEDGs are also there. SDGs are also there. You can have sustainable development goals. You can have actually when we are talking with respect to community, that would go
Yes.
more, and we are using it as SDG or SCDG. Nation is using it as sustainable development goals, the 16, 17 goals that have been mentioned.
Yes. Yes.
In either of the cases, it still goes with the social community.
Social. Yes.
Anyway, thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sir.
much. That I still
you, sir.
accept that, not an issue.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
I'm Saishri from SIA College.
Okay.
You showed us the document filing format, right, sir? In that you had mentioned IQAC file number. I understood the department file number, but I did not get that IQAC file number. Can you please explain that again? Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
definitely. I'll just showcase it out and I'll explain you. Now, please pay attention over here. Yeah, please see this. Now, see, you have a department file number, you have kept the documents in the department, but how do you know where that document is? There can be 20 departments. Okay. Now, where you have not collected the originals, you are not keeping the Xerox either. How do I find out where that document is? I will be making a list of those documents online, and then I will be keeping that one list. Let us say those 200 documents are in 2 pages in my file. So it's a list of documents that we are talking about. And that is kept in IQAC file. Are you getting me? Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Hello?
Like in the departmental file. Sorry.
Sir.
No, just 1 minute. Let me answer her completely. I'll take your question also, sir. The next person. See now, madam, department has its own files.
Yes, yes.
Correct, na? Department has the file. The department
Yes.
maybe has prepared its own list. That list has come to you. Where will you keep that list?
Okay.
So you have a combined list of all the 20 departments.
Okay.
That you have kept. Furthermore, I will add to it. There is something called as attribute name and number 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Now, previously it was criteria. Maybe you may go with everything on an Excel, and you may go with a tool called sort, S-O-R-T. Sort it out as criteria 1, 2, 3, 4, attribute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. And that sorted list can come in your IQC file number.
Okay, sir.
So when you're writing down the report, you don't have to actually look at every report. You only have to see what is that document saying and an abridged format in just one chart sheet or so, and the story is done.
Okay, sir.
We have multiple such kind of formats. IQC cluster has prepared them. And when we mentor colleges for year-long mentoring at that time, we see to it that this system is set up by IQC. So the entire documentation in its abridged format is available with IQSC all around the year.
At any part, any time.
And you don't need the original document.
Yes,
You
we don't have to
need
do the
of
Xerox
it.
also. Yes.
That is what it is. Yes. Next, please.
Hello.
Next person.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I am audible?
Yes, please.
Myself, Dr. Pratap Deshmukh from Maharashtra, Nagnath College, Nagnath. My basic question is that, sir, if a college tenure, previous grade tenure is over, then for which position college apply, for the binary or for first level?
Number one, when you go for the system at that time, what you will be doing, if it's your first cycle, then in that case, you may say, I am going for level 1 or level 2. This is one thing. But in that case, if it's your institution is, let us say, 50 years old, you cannot afford to go with level 1. You will have to say, we are going for level 2, we are going for level 3. Before we go, during the process of binary, you have to make a mention saying that we are choosing to go for level number so and so. And then you have to fill up all the data. So you don't have to give the data again. So that data is going to be used, and out of that data, everything is going to be extracted, whether you are fit for level 3 or not. Okay, you are not fit for level 3, but you can go for level 2 is what NAAC suggests out, and then that becomes your grade. That's how it would come, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Dr. Srinivas Rao, you have a question? Any other question? Dr. P. Srinivas Rao? Any question?
Sir, good evening, sir.
Okay. We'll take a break of 5 minutes now, and then we will start again.
Professor Srinivasa Rao, is there?
Sir, good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, just now we prepared one document now.
Yeah.
Can you please share with us that sample?
Yes, the college will share it with you. I will give it to the college will share it with you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, fine.
Yes,
Sir,
sir. We will
one more thing is, can you explain about SDG, Sustainable Development Goal?
Okay.
Is it mandatory to satisfy? I think SDG is totally, I think 15 or 17 in number.
As it is, the goals that we do, they are actually, we call them as SDGs, but many of them are done by us. All that we have to say is that we are going with SDG number 17, SDG number 16, SDG number 9. Many of the things are being done by us. We want to provide food. We try to provide food to people. We try to give things to people. We educate children. We do community-based activities. We take care of the environment. So they are SDGs only. So it is still the same thing. All that you are saying is now you are putting it in a glamorous way that we are with the world. Nothing more than that.
Sir, you said that UGC has recently launched that qualifier quantifier.
Yeah.
Are you prepared any slides regarding that, sir?
Pardon me? Are you?
Have you prepared any slides in your presentation regarding that one, sir?
In this presentation, it is not there.
Sir, I think it is still under
it is under consideration. It has not been worked out. I said next year onwards it would come.
Yes, sir.
I was very specific about it. I did not say this year we are getting it, but by the end of the year it would come.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So we will meet again in 5 minutes at 5:10. We will start the session, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prashantji. Yeah. Prashant ji, shall we begin?
Yes, sir.
Well, before I go ahead, I thank Dr. Dashrath Mundeji for correcting me with SDGs. There is another term called SEDG, which has been used by UGC, which comes out as socio-economically disadvantaged groups. And in my flow, I missed it out. So I'm very thankful to him for linking up SDGs in a true way. Thank you very much. Now let us go ahead with something called as the attributes or the criterias. In other words, previously they were called as the criterias. Now they are called as the attributes. Now, here there are 10 attributes. Attribute number 1, curriculum design. Number 2, faculty resources. Number 3, infrastructure. Number 4, financial resource management. Number 5, learning and teaching. Number 6, extended curricular engagements. Number 7, governance and administration. Number 8, student outcomes. Number 9, research innovation outcomes. And number 10, sustainability or green outcomes. For attributes 1 to 4, these are input-based attributes. And the total weightage, which is the manual is yet to come, has a 25% of marks. For remaining 6 attributes, out of which 3 are process-based and 3 are outcome-based, these together have a weightage of 75%. So that we need to understand, this is one part. These are the 10 attributes and we will start looking one after another. Today we will try to cover 3 or 4. The rest of them will be covered tomorrow. At the end of the session, which will be at 5:45 maybe, we will be having questions again, open-ended questions, whatever questions you wish to ask. And then anything else to come in, and we will be starting again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So actually, I wish to keep the session going on direct, me talking for next half an hour to 45 minutes, for half an hour to 35 minutes, and 10 minutes for the questions, and then we can go ahead. So let us start with curriculum design. It is the first attribute. It is input based. For affiliated, it has a weightage of 50 marks. Majority of the questions don't go with affiliated colleges, but there is something that I wish to talk out when it comes to the first aspect. You're able to see outcome-based curriculum. Curriculum framework is in alignment with program-specific outcomes covering POs, PSOs, and COs. This is not related to affiliated colleges. This is related to autonomous and university. Now, what would be the document that would come in? Some of them are given by them, some of them have been listed by me. Because this goes with autonomous and university, therefore, of course, approved board of studies is needed, Senate is needed, academic council minutes are needed, which goes with the universities and which goes with the autonomous colleges. It also goes with understanding the mapping and understanding the mapping softwares. You need a mapping software because the number of courses is very large, but every teacher needs to know it. I'm spending time over here because there's a reason. I know many of us are from affiliated colleges, but I still want to talk over this. Somewhere I may not talk big details, but here I will like to spend some time. Preparing a good academic calendar makes a lot of sense. How to make an academic calendar can be a different session altogether. Most of us prepare an academic calendar and it's really very funny when I see it. It hurts me the most. Furthermore, how to prepare an academic calendar. This is another aspect altogether. You need to keep all your data in Excel. You need to conduct exit feedbacks, which are on the syllabus and on the teaching, which are a part of our outcomes. And we need to see to it that a good evaluation is done, and even for extracurriculars it is done. I know I'm talking about autonomous colleges, but I'm specifying this that we need to do this. In person, I would love to say, you please do outcome-based COPO mapping. The process is tedious, it takes time, what is going to be what will we get? And there are so many things that we keep on asking. We are very intelligent people. We try to create questions if we don't want to do that. This outcome-based curriculum or COPO mapping is not only useful over here, it is also useful in mentoring process. It is also useful in identifying the teaching methodologies. It is useful in setting up proper question papers. I'm spending time over here, I know this. What does outcome-based education go with? You will find people talking about it hours together and still you don't understand it. Now, what does this outcome-based education speak about? COPO mapping, OBE and whatnot. It says, I'm giving you it in a nutshell. It says number one. Listen to me very carefully. Admission is given by whom? By the university. Syllabus is drafted by whom? By the university. Examination is conducted by whom? By the university. Papers are checked by whom? Though we may go to check, we go for the university. Result is declared by whom? By the university. Certificate is given by whom? By the university. There is a saying in Hindi, Begani ki shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. What are we doing there? What is our role? We as colleges, what is the role? Our role in that university work? Nothing. Why should the student say, I'm going to answer all your questions. Please keep them for the end. Why should the students say? Why should the students say that? I'm very specific about it. Why should the students say that I am the student of this particular college? Here you are able to see COPO answers your first question. Program outcomes are designed by the institution, by the college. Now, what are the 5 things that the student must get at the end of graduation? If I say, maybe you are not even teaching it. The student must get a good job. Your profession, your colleges, especially traditional colleges, do not do anything of that sort or do very little of that sort. Our syllabi are outdated many a times. Even computer science, for example, has an outdated syllabus because AI has come into picture. Our AI has not come in our syllabus. I'm just giving you an example. The student should be able to talk properly. Maybe science curriculum does not even mention about it. The student needs to be a lifelong learner. Syllabus does not make a mention of it. The student needs to be, good with the community, should be able to work in the community. The student should be very ethical. And there are so many things that come in picture. All these are addressed by the program outcomes which are written down by the college. Now, this is what college says, but this does not match up with the syllabus. So then what? Then the course outcomes come, which are prepared by the teacher, which are based on certain levels of learning, which are called as the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy, which says that there are 6 levels of learning. The first level is remember, Rattamar. The second is understand. For example, you have given a small note to the first year student and then you have asked, what did you understand? That time he does not read it. He tells it in his own language. You have taken him to a higher level of learning from remember to understand. The third level is apply. The fourth level is analyze. The fifth level is evaluate. The sixth level is create. So when you are conducting a exhibition and the students are preparing a model of what they have learned, you are trying to take them to a level of creation. Your syllabus has not told you have to take them to the level of creation. Ilya, they don't do that. They have only told इसको पढ़ा दो बस, that's all. कैसा पढ़ाना है तुम्हारा problem, it's your problem. कैसा पढ़ाना है is what is going to come based on what my college says. That time, what does the teacher say? The teacher says, my college says that the student should have leadership qualities. How do I get them? Okay, I will keep a seminar where the student has to talk in front of the people. This is one way by which a leadership quality can come in. The NSS guy says, I will take them to the community and make them work and make them interact with the community so that they are able to explain the concepts of solar energy, how it is important. Leadership is coming into picture. So COPO is made to map up. And how do I evaluate it out? I will evaluate it through my question papers. And how do I rate it out? Then I say, out of 3, if I am able to score more than, if the college is able to score more than 1.5 in a course, then in that case, they have achieved that particular kind of a program outcome. Something like this. It's a wonderful concept, worth learning and very interesting, with minimum calculations that you can do. But once you do that, you come to know what is the level of the class and what is the level of an individual. It's a very fantastic program, very nice program. I love it very much. You come to know what is it that the student needs to know and at what level is he? Is he struggling at level 1 and I am trying to take him to level 5? If I know he is at level 1, then I know how to treat him. But if I don't know at what level he is, then I don't know how to treat him. Then I say he is a nut. Usko kuch samajhta nahi, bewakoof hai. So therefore, this outcome-based curriculum framework though it may not be there for affiliated colleges, when the final manual comes, we will understand. Currently, it is not to be seen to a great extent, but we need to do this because it helps us at multiple places. I have seen this tool can be applied at 10 levels, and this gives colleges wonderful grades because the institution becomes analytical. That is where IQAC plays a very big role. The role of IQAC is to analyze and to evaluate. So this is the first part that I wanted to make a mention of. And if you want this workshop, it has to be done physically. It cannot be done online. When it is done online, it is not understood. So if you want it, you can always tell us. We can. It's really very interesting, and it is done with the help of your syllabi, what you teach. So in the class, in the hall, there can be 50 teachers and 50 teachers teaching their subjects, and all of them working on this particular framework. We conduct it that way. It's not what I am telling and you're listening. Anyway, this is what I wanted to tell you, and I wanted to spend time because most of the times someone from a software company comes and tells this is the PO, this is the CO, and this is how it will be mapped, and this is the formula we will apply. And we say, what is this going on? Whether I should teach or I should do what? But this is a very nice thing that I wish to make a mention. Second is 1.2 stakeholder participation. Stakeholder participation, because you are not framing the syllabus, so it has not been kept. But what is the participation of the students, teachers, alumni, entrepreneurs in curriculum designing? How are they participating in curriculum designing? What more can come in that curriculum designing is what is asked. Again, Board of Studies, Senate, minutes of the meeting, good feedback mechanisms being created, evaluating the courses and programs. If you do this for your syllabus, especially if IQAC does it, you can always send it to the university saying that ये आपने जो दिया है ये लोगों को बिल्कुल ही पसंद नहीं है, this needs to be changed out. So something like this that comes into picture. Then we come to 1.3, that is curriculum flexibility. Again, that goes with the autonomous colleges. It is reflected in multiple entry, multiple exit, MEME, ABC, electives, optional, dual degree, twinning programs, education in Marathi language, credits, creditization, extracurricular activities, co-curricular engagements, etc., 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 etc. All these come into picture over here. So this again goes with autonomous colleges. Then practical and industry focus. Now here it comes with the affiliated colleges. This is important, please pay attention. Percentage of courses with emphasis on number 1, field projects, number 2, research projects, number 3, internships, number 4, practicals, hands-on trainings. So besides having practicals, hands-on training for science, can there be any internships that can come in? Does your syllabus make a mention of it? For science, there will be research projects. There can be field projects. So necessary documents need to be created for it. So every student has, or every 2 students have a research project. They're working on it. They have created a project report. They have submitted the project report. There is a teacher who's a guide who's going to guide him. Then there is an examination that has been taken in. There are marks that have been given in. All that data plays a very important role. Certification has been done. So many projects, so many students is what is going to come in over here. That's going to play a very important role over here. If it is internships, internship certificates would come in. Maybe some MOUs with the institutions would come in. All those data, all those proofs will play a very important role over here. Then we come to 1.5, that is practical skill orientation. Even for government, for to say affiliated colleges, some skill development courses need to come. If you can create a linkage with NSQF, National Skill Development framework, then in that case it would be better. So then in that case, percentage of skill courses oriented and aligned with NSQF and skill focus included in curriculum design. Now we don't design, affiliated colleges do not design curriculum, but there are some credits which can be given by the colleges where, if you can relate it and keep some of the skill-based courses, that would be better. So if it is autonomous college, they need to map those skill-based courses with the national skill development centers. In other words, whichever they are, you need to have an MOU with them. You need to take their courses. If they are your courses, you need to see to it that that skill mapping is done with them and they have accepted the course. The students are getting the credits of it. They are getting the certifications of it. All that is going to play a very important role over here. Just try to understand this. Then we come to Indian knowledge system. Again, it goes with autonomous, but we have something like projects, seminars, courses coming into picture with autonomous colleges and with university. They need to have it integrated in projects, seminars, and curriculum. The necessary proofs you can see, board of studies, senate, council, meetings, minutes, brochure or program schedule. The one document that we saw now can be used over here very fantastically. Online and blended learning. Now institutions need to go. This is for affiliated colleges also. Institutions need to go into affiliation with Swayam and with some other kind of recognized online courses. Just the other day, 2 days back or so, last week on Friday, I was at Sonu Pant Dandekar College in Palghar. It's one of the oldest colleges. They're almost 60, 70 years old college. They have a very huge student strength. And they have kept one Swayam course compulsory. They have made a provision of Swayam platform and every student has to complete one Swayam course. The net result is 100%. Every year, one course is done by them that gets creditized. So what you can do over here is IQAC can take a lead. IQAC can see to it that in the college development committee or in the apex committee, the point is raised. The necessary permissions are taken from the management or from the college development committee. A necessary Swayam center or some such kind of center is established and the student is provided that facility and he is told that in 1 year these 2 credits will be coming from such kind of courses. Unless we do this, this will not take place. We will keep on crying, no, we don't have teachers. We'll keep on saying government does not give money. Government does not appoint teachers. That the amount that is paid to the teacher is very less. He does not stay with us. This is one solution. It's very true. If a new teacher comes, it would be great. But if he is not coming, then what do? There is a mechanism. Use that mechanism now. So here, your policy of creditization would count. That's a part of the university also. List of approved courses for creditization, online and blended learning. You have to decide. You have to see to it that student sits for the exam. If he doesn't sit, he will not be allowed to go into the next classroom. It will be difficult for him to go through all those processes. So see to it that he goes for such kind of courses. And they are very well crafted courses. Some of our teachers craft them. Then curriculum revision, that again goes with autonomous colleges. Frequency of curriculum revision. Normally for an autonomous colleges, 30% of the syllabus at the most in 3 years can be modified. So that you can make a mention. So how many times they have gone for revision and what was the total amount of revised program that comes in. So this was the original program and now this is the revised program. This is around 30% change that you are able to see. In this way, you are able to see criteria 1 or attribute 1 gets completed. These are the 8 points that they have talked about over here. We go to attribute number 2. Attribute number 2 is exclusively about teachers. Teachers, I mean to say faculty. For every, these attributes are for every level. So, you know, for university 50, for autonomous 50, for affiliated 20. It's an input-based system. Let's look into this. 2.1 makes a mention of recruitment process. How is the recruitment process of the institution? They expect the recruitment process to be transparent. How is the process? The process needs to be written down on paper, or it should be as per the guidelines of the government, as per the guidelines of the university 2016 and any other guidelines to come in. Maybe institution has its own guidelines. So policy document would play a very big role over here. So proofs needed would be number 1, a policy document talking about the recruitment process. What does the question say? The question says total number of full-time teachers in last 3 years. Something very important. Who is a full-time teacher? Keep in mind, we are not talking about permanent teachers. We are talking about full-time teachers. Who is a full-time teacher? A person who has completed his master's program with at least 55% of marks. Point number 1. Point number 2. She has either qualified SET-NET or has a PhD in the said subject. Number 3, his appointment is for a full-time workload of more than 16 lectures. Number 4, I'm saying number 5 in other words, that goes with his appointment is for more than 9 months. But समझो, there was a case I had. The college had come to me and said, sir, the NAAC has not given us marks over here. The total workload was of 9. 2 new teachers were appointed. They said that they are full-time teachers, but they have not counted those teachers. So we said that show me, the college was not even from my city, it was from some other city. So I said, show me the document. When was the teacher appointed? There's a chart that they have to make. The teacher was appointed in, one of the teachers was appointed in somewhere in October. The rule for NAAC is that a full-time teacher is a full-time teacher who completes more than 9 teaching months. Now, the teacher is appointed in October. So, October, November, December, January, February, March, maybe April, 7 months. So, though the appointment letter is of a full-time, the duration is not completed, so it was not counted. In the same case, there was another case. For example, now, I'm just giving example. The teacher was appointed in 25-26 and he was a full-time teacher, but the NAAC report was to be sent for up to 24-25. So in 24-25, that teacher was not a full-time teacher. Today he is a full-time teacher. So he will not be counted again. So these parameters need to be seen very carefully. Your policy document, your appointment process, whether it is advertised, whether the committee that has been formed as per the government norms, whether the teacher has been whether that post has been sanctioned out by the government or by the university, whether the appointment has been done as per the guidelines of the government. If it's an SC/ST post, whether SC/ST person has been taken, whatever that comes in. So these parameters would play a very important role. Now we come to 2.2. 2.2 is cadre-wise faculty strength. This doesn't apply for affiliated colleges. Cadres you have in AICTE colleges, you have 1:2:4, 1 professor is to 2 associate professors to 4 assistant professors. This doesn't apply to affiliated colleges, but how many assistant professors, how many associate professors, how many professors, that data will be asked somewhere. How many professors of practice, this will be needed for autonomous colleges and for universities. You have to give the details of all kinds of teachers. This data, as we talked, if you remember, this data had again come in the One Nation One Data platform. So वहाँ पर भी है, so it is coming over here also. So necessary proofs are needed over here. Approved document by the Senate, respective body, etc. would come into picture. Now we come to qualifications. Percentage of teachers with doctoral degrees and similar qualifications. Now here what is done is that they ask you for a sheet into which name of the teacher comes into picture, whether the teacher is, when is the teacher appointed, what is the nature of appointment that comes in, whether it is full-time or part-time or whatever. Then his workload comes into picture. Then on what date he or she is appointed, and on what date, how many years of service have been completed. So if the teacher has retired or has completed, has left in between, then in that case, the completed years only would be counted out. So that is the way a complete chart comes into picture. And this approved document by the Senate, respective body, showing sanctioned and filled strength of the faculty cadre that needs to be prepared out. So here management is going to sign out besides the principal signing later. There is a thumb rule that I want to tell you, which we forget. Every document that is prepared, that must be, tomorrow wishes to go for NAAC, must be signed by the principal. Now you will say, will the principal sign so many documents? He or she may sign or may not sign. There is one more way out of which that you can do. If you have a complete digital documentation, it is absolutely okay. But then in that case, it still has to be signed by the principal, and that signature comes as class 3 signature. That is a signature which is approved signature, which is a class 3 signature or type 3 signature as it is known. And in this particular case, once that signature is done on that document, on that PDF document, that signature gets encrypted, after which you cannot change the document. So you can have a complete online documentation. You can have offline documentation and then scanned and a PDF being prepared out of it. Both ways is okay. What suits you and how good you are with it, that you can decide. This is what I wanted to make a mention out over here. Now qualifications, percentage of teachers with doctoral degrees, I have already told you. Certified list of faculty members holding a PhD or equivalent degree, copies of degrees and all the necessary proofs, they need to be submitted. They need to be put on the website. And the website link is given to the to NAAC. Average experience including previous experience. In the previous case, previous experience was not being counted. Now the previous experience is counted, but you need all necessary proofs, appointment orders, experience certificates, and all those things are needed over here for this particular case. So if this is available, then the document gets completed. This particular aspect goes with the teacher. There was one small question that was remaining over here. In 2.1, total number of full-time teachers in the last 3 years. You have to give that data. But you also have to give total number of students year-wise in the last 3 years. This is the only metric where student mention has been done. This is primarily because of the student teacher ratio. So what is the student teacher ratio that comes in this particular? You know, UGC has finalized a ratio of 1:15 for our institutions. So 1:15, 1:20, these are the ratios that have normally been accepted for our cases, and accordingly marks are going to be given. Now, all this time we have been talking about the particular what attribute says and how, but there is something that I wish to share with you which we haven't talked about. There are two things that I want to make a mention and which are very important. Number one, NAAC is a benchmarked process. It means what? For example, for those to whom the term benchmarking is new, when is the student going to pass in your case, in your subject? When he gets 40% marks. 40 is the benchmark that has been set up. So in the same way, every parameter that NAAC is setting up is a benchmarked parameter. If there are so many research papers, then you get so many marks. If there are so many research papers, you get so many marks. Last time it was, per teacher, 2 research papers per year, either UGC CARE listed or national, international, Scopus listed, Web of Science listed papers. That would mean that if there are 10 teachers, 20 research papers per year into 5 years is 100 research papers. If you get 100 research papers, you are going to get, the college was going to get a score of 4 out of 4. This is called as benchmarking. This was one part. And the second part that NAAC does is that it has a mechanism. It had a mechanism. Number one, information. Number two, data. And number three is proof. Information. How many students? 1,200 students are admitted every year. Acha, 1,200 students are admitted every year. Give the list of students. That list of students will come in Excel sheet. Why in Excel sheet? So that duplicates can be checked out. Now, after giving the list of 1,200 students in Excel sheet, the third document that comes in gives the proof that these are the students. So then you have a proof of the students. This is one thing. It is signed by the principal, stamped by the principal, and it is, if it's an affiliated college, it is also approved by the university. हाँ, ये हमारे बच्चे हैं, ये इनके पास पढ़ रहे हैं. They are learning over there. Then it gets accepted. So for NAAC, I have talked about two very important things. One happens to be that NAAC goes with information, data, and proofs. And the second thing is every aspect that NAAC talks about is always benchmarked. So these are the things that we have talked today. We have completed 2 attributes or 2 criteria. We'll be stopping here today, but we'll be taking your questions, after which tomorrow we'll be going again with criteria 3 or attribute 3 to 10. Your questions, please. We'll be focusing more on 5 tomorrow. 5 goes with teaching, learning, resources. Your question. Somebody had raised a hand that time when I was talking about outcome-based education. Please ask your question. Your questions, please. Yeah. Yeah. Any questions, please?
Sir, Saishri from SIA College. Earlier in criteria 2, we had this question of COPO mapping.
Yeah.
That now comes as outcome-based education.
Yeah.
And any formula that we can devise or NAAC IQAC is providing us to calculate this, or should we do it from our end only?
AICT has recommended some mechanisms. If you use that, they are easy. I was talking about, there is a mechanism which we have traced out from IQ, from AICTE, where you actually don't even need a formula. You can work it out so easily, so comfortably. We actually conduct those. I'm not advertising it, but we conduct those workshops and they're very easy to understand. So, but then it's a very long process. It's a day-long workshop. So I've tried to brief it up currently, but the finer aspects, they cannot come in 5 and 10 minutes for sure.
Okay, so there is a scheme to calculate it, right?
Yeah,
We can do
there
it
is a
accordingly.
mechanism to calculate it out for sure.
Okay.
There is a mechanism to calculate it out. Okay. Yes. Dr. Srinivas Rao, please, your question. Yes, Dr. Rao, please ask your question.
Sorry, am I audible?
Yeah, please.
Sir, in attribute 1.7 regarding NPTEL courses,
Yeah.
You said that provide the count without a repetition.
I'm not able to hear you properly. Your sound is very online and blended courses. That's what you are talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Swayam courses. Yes. What were you saying, please?
Without repeat count.
Without?
Repeat.
Huh?
What is the meaning of that one without repeat student count?
I'm not able to get you, sir.
Sir, am I audible?
Your voice is very low.
Sir,
Rao, sir, you can type your question.
Yeah, please type your question. I'll answer your question.
I think your connection is not.
Yes, please. Anyone else? Repeat count means, okay. Without a repeat count, okay. Yeah, got it. Now see, I have some students who have completed 2 courses in 1 year. Okay. So I have 2 students and they have completed 2 courses in 1 year. So there is a repeat count that has come in. Let us say 100 students have completed the course. Actually, 98 students have only completed. 2 students have done 2 courses. That is a repeat count. 2 students have done 2 courses in 1 academic year. So only 1 course will be counted. It doesn't mean that the course is useless. It only means that not more than 1 course is needed for the process of NAAC. That's what it means. Yeah, now, sir, is it compulsory to sign a MOU on stamp paper? Yes, now, something very fantastic that has happened in the past 2 months or so. Kuntal ji has made a mention saying that ideally, if you go for a MOU, you need to go for a MOU on a stamp paper. It may be a non-financial MOU even then because that decides the date of the document. So that document gets accepted only after that date that MOU comes into picture. Previously, what had happened was there were so many colleges who came out with MOUs. Many of them were very fake MOUs. So the date could not be decided out, and therefore they came out with a conclusion saying that we want it on a stamp paper. So a 100 rupee stamp paper is essential. But 2-3 months ago, what has happened is 100 rupee stamp papers are now not available in the market. their 500 rupee stamp papers. Yeah. Now, what about single faculty college like B.Ed college? Currently, they have NEP has made a mention saying that it can either be a specialization college, that is a research plus teaching college, that would get counted out. This is what I'm answering Dr. Shaila Sarangji, that single faculty college like B.Ed college currently, but be in NEP document, they have made a mention saying that they would prefer a college with, multi-faculty college with a strength of at least 3,000. That is what is their thought that they have. So currently they would still accept it out, but over a period of time, some changes will take place. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah. Any question?
Any other question from the participant side?
Sir, I have one question.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Sir,
Sir, I am Dr. M.B. Ali, Principal
Yes.
of SP Law.
Yes, please.
Sir, sir, I have. Sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, M.B. Ali from SP Law College, Nanded.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, my question is that matric title Indian knowledge system, so it is mandatory for affiliated colleges for NAAC. As we have seen that it shows 0 marks.
No, it is not 0 mark. Just 1 minute. I made a mention saying that, Dr. Ali, I was making a mention saying that not all metrics go with all colleges. For affiliated colleges, conducting such kind of workshops, conducting such kind of seminars, such kind of projects is not mandatory according to NAAC.
Sir, exactly the second is the stakeholder participation. Similarly, the stakeholders participation has a 0 marks. So
I have made a mention. I think so. You have missed out a little bit. I made a mention saying that not all questions go with affiliated colleges. While I was explaining, because this particular group has autonomous colleges as well as affiliated colleges, so I have tried to tell everything about everything. But I have made a mention saying that some of these metrics are not for affiliated colleges. So a 0 is to be seen over there.
And so far as sir, my question is clear that Indian knowledge system. So it is means for the purpose of the NAAC. So whether I want to prepare a document that I'm not clear about it.
If it doesn't come here, it is going to come in 5. Just don't worry about it. This is one part. Second part, attribute 1 goes with the curriculum, and with respect to affiliated colleges, colleges do not prepare a curriculum. Because colleges do not prepare a curriculum, so therefore in this particular aspect, there is no question to be, these questions are not to be answered, or these questions will not be seen by the affiliated colleges.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So those questions, these are 8 representative, these are 8 areas that NAAC has made a mention, out of which 3 areas are going to go with curriculum for the affiliated colleges. But with respect to autonomous colleges, all 8 areas go into picture. This would be there even in furthermore in other attributes also.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Yes, Dr. Satish, you were to ask a question some time ago.
Good evening, sir. At the very outset, sir, I would like to congratulate you. I have never heard such a simplest and a lucid manner explaining about NAAC and NAAC frameworks and ever in any workshop. Congratulations, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful workshop. Thank you so much. So my two questions are there. Number one, I am an institute which is going to be come under a cluster university. There are 4 colleges and they're going to be having a cluster university, and in which I would like to know whether when as an IQAC coordinator of Institute of Technology and Management, do I need to apply separately for the NAAC accreditation? This is number one. And the second question is, we are going to face the NAAC second time in 2028. So at that time, do I need to go for this, which framework that should I go for it? So level, I would like to know what levels should I apply for?
Now you're going for the first time. It's a cluster university.
Yes.
Right. That's what you made a mention of.
Yeah.
Now we can let the main manual come. This is one thing. What we can do is we can look into what are those areas that you have covered. For example, if you say we will like to go for level 3. So then in that case, what is the amount of research that the institution has done that we will have to see. Then in that case, what is the placements, what are the level of placement that university has done that we will have to see. So we'll need to look into what are those areas and how that university is performing over there. And then we can make a mention of whether we should go for level 1 or for level 2 or for level 3.
Okay, sir. So
since the
you want
data
to
is
say
currently, it would be very raw even for me without looking at the data, making a mention as to where you stand. So
okay, sir.
maybe all the data is not even with you currently. So once that comes in, we will be in a state to say to which level we intend to go.
Sir, thank you. And just one thing, so the university, cluster university will be facing one NAAC only, and all the colleges will be participating in one NAAC.
Yes, they would be constituent colleges.
Okay. So
So there are
separately,
two kinds of colleges: constituent colleges, affiliated colleges. And the second part happens to be the autonomous colleges and the universities. So this is a university with constituent colleges, and all these 4 colleges would be counted out.
And okay, so separately they should not be applying for, right, sir?
No.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Yes. Any other question now? Someone else wanted to ask a question.
Sir, I have one question.
Ji.
How much hours of online blended learning type of courses are expected? How many hours?
UGC has actually demarcated it out. 15 hours equates to 1 credit.
Okay.
These would be 2 credit courses. So about 30 hours of teaching and learning.
30 hours. And we should only take go for this SWAYAM and NPTEL courses, or we can prepare our own courses?
No, your own courses wouldn't come in over here. I'm telling you why they want SWAYAM courses. This is the big thing. Some time ago, I made a mention saying that one nation, one data platform. So primarily, this data that the student has passed this particular course, that comes with a number. So the student has a student number, and you have to provide the data that this particular person has passed the NPTEL course, and this is his certificate and this is his number and all that data that comes in. Also, that courses has been integrated in your syllabus and in his mark list, all that has come in. You give all these proofs. NAAC has a mechanism to check whether that number is that boy or not, or that girl or not. So therefore, in this particular NAAC, when we are talking about digitization of the entire process, what is it that, why are they going for it? Because I'll tell you, there are so many colleges that I know, they made a mention saying that the benchmark was 25 courses in a year, in 5 years. They said we have 40 courses in 5 years. We have completed these 40 courses in 5 years. 80% of our students have done this particular course. It was COVID, so the necessary proofs could not come in. Colleges got all marks, but there now in this particular case, the course is designed by the college. The students are from the college. The syllabus is set by the college. Exams are conducted by the college. Certification is given by the college. How do I check this mechanism? Is what NAAC comes out with. So they said that we will go with SWAYAM courses. SWAYAM courses are under government regulation or some such kind of regulations. Some such kind of courses are under some such kind of regulations under authorized bodies where the student gets a number, where the data is accessible, and therefore they are making a mention of such kind of courses. This does not apply over here only. Later on, when you go for faculty development programs, they say that faculty development program conducted by the college, whether it is in association with Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya scheme or it is in association with the HRDC of a particular state, because in that case certification comes with a number, that data is accessible, and in all this process you are able to see they are trying to see to it that you get linked up with government agencies, with government courses, with government mechanisms, so that tracking becomes very easy. So they have not made a mention of private courses. At some point they have made a mention, but that's not the big part.
Because there are so many types of Coursera platform is there, Udemy platform is also there.
Only recognized platforms will be
Recognized
there.
platforms. Okay.
They are very specific. I have focused on the word called recognized.
Recognized.
So not all platforms are recognized. Those platforms which are recognized by the government, those platforms will be accepted.
Can we go for a Google platform? Google
There is something
certifications
called as,
also there.
there is something called as, I have seen these courses on Coursera or something like. They make a mention of a course of 30 hours, but they don't make a mention of the college. They don't make a mention of the student details. That is not available. So then that doesn't get counted out.
Okay. If they do so, then is it countable?
If they do so and if it is recognized by the government, then you can go ahead with it.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, Dr. Pratap Deshmukh has raised his hand. Yes.
Yes, sir. At the outset, I first of all congratulate to you for your simplest method of demonstration for this new NAAC presentation. Sir, my question is that if a college has organized one course and if it is not affiliated, a college is affiliated, but is there any provision without affiliation? It is considerable by NAAC?
What course?
If any course is arranged by the college, okay, and it is there any permission?
A course for the students or a course for the teachers?
Course for the student.
For the course.
Certificate course. And it is not, is there no permission from the university? Only on the basis of college level. Is it considered by NAAC?
Currently, it doesn't seem so. We need to wait for the final guidelines to come.
Okay, if there is such provision, it will be beneficial to the colleges.
Yeah, it will be beneficial to the colleges, but in the current mechanism, it seems difficult because government has, I'm saying, since I keep on looking at so many reports I have been watching out, colleges send me those reports to check out. I keep on finding out there can be colleges who are genuine, but you also find colleges who do not give that data properly.
What happens,
sir?
sir?
Created data, so therefore NAAC doesn't trust these colleges now.
What happens, sir? If college has arranged or organized a course, and if we want to apply for the affiliation to the university, then university appeal the fees, and which is not provided by the college.
Okay.
So it is out of the finance.
Yeah, financially unviable.
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
That's why we are requesting to the NAAC if
let
without
us wait for the manual to come. It was actually supposed to come. It should have come by now, but let's hope so. That
Okay.
it comes out in by the end of this month, it should come. Once we go through those finer details, no, these are broad details. Once we go through those finer details, I'll be able to help you there.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, fine. Any other question?
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation, and it's very interactive session.
May I request you, in case anybody wants to give 2 feedbacks? Normally, that's our way that we ask for an oral feedback. Anyone who would like to give an oral feedback in less than 1 minute, after which we can stop. I have seen some of the feedbacks on the in the messages, but an oral feedback would be loved, and we will stop immediately. It's a request. Anyone who if would like to give a oral feedback, if it is possible.
Ali sir, can you give, Ali sir?
Okay, sir. I will give.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Myself, Dr. Pratap Deshmukh, Nagnath College, Aunda Nagnath. Dr. Piyush Pahade, sir. First of all, I first congratulate to this NAS Science College, who organized such a nice workshop for the new NAAC organization. So, and in that, principal, secretary, Sutkar sir, Lakshman Shinde sir, Vishal Marathi sir, Vibhati ma'am, IQAC coordinator, all these organized well this workshop. And in this workshop, a best well-known resource person, Piyush Pahade sir, who is a ex-principal, he had given all the terminologies, basic terminologies in this workshop. From this terminologies, all the participant, principal, and all these get the basic ideas. And after that, and on that basis, it also fulfill the satisfactory all of us. So thank you, sir, for such a nice presentation.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sutkar sir, we can take it ahead.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation, and the session is very interactive because of participation of the various colleges and principals, sirs, and some management faculty, management people also. So I thank sir for your valuable time and the guidance to the participant and to the team of Science College Nanded. Thank you, sir. We will tomorrow at 3 p.m. we will start the next day or the second day of the workshop. All of us are requested to join at by that time, so it will be helpful for all of us. In the beginning, we will go for a discussion session. So some questions they are missed on tomorrow, that will be continued on tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. We stop here for the day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now I request Mr. Ganesh, please end the meeting. Ganesh.
आपका स्कैन किए गए नंबर सत्यापित है। कृपया प्रयत्न करें। आपके द्वारा चयनित